Benjamin Franklin's best quotes will change your life in 10 minutes. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. The Constitution only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. There was never a bad peace or a good war. Without freedom of thought, there can be no such thing as wisdom, and no such thing as public liberty, without freedom of speech. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. From a persuasion that equal liberty was originally the portion, it is still the birthright of all men. Every man is, of common right, and by the laws of God, a freeman, and entitled to the free enjoyment of liberty. God grant that not only the love of liberty but a thorough knowledge of the rights of man may pervade all the nations of the earth, so that a philosopher may set his foot anywhere on its surface and say, "This is my country. I believe there is one supreme most perfect being. I believe he is pleased and delights in the happiness of those he has created. And since without virtue man can have no happiness in this world, I firmly believe he delights to see me virtuous." When the people find that they can vote themselves money that will herald the end of the republic, justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. The way to secure peace is to be prepared for war. They that are on their guard, and appear ready to receive their adversaries, are in much less danger of being attacked than the supine, secure, and negligent. Where liberty is, there is my country. When there is so much to be done for yourself, your family, and your country, be up by peep of day. Let not the sun look down and say, "Inglorious, here he lies." No nation was ever ruined by trade. By the collision of different sentiments, sparks of truth are struck out, and political light is obtained. The different factions, which at present divide us, aim all at the public good. The differences are only about the various modes of promoting it. Security without liberty is called prison. Employ your time well, if you mean to get leisure. Well done is better than well said. He that is known to pay punctually and exactly to the time he promises, may at any time, and on any occasion, raise all the money his friends can spare. I never knew a man who was good at making excuses who was good at anything else. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? The eye of the master will do more work than both his hands. Energy and persistence conquer all things. Never leave till tomorrow that which you can do today. Never confuse motion with action. Work as if you were to live 1,000 years. Play as if you were to die tomorrow. It is the working man who is the happy man. It is the idle man who is the miserable man. He that can have patience can have what he will. You may delay, but time will not. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. There are 3 things extremely hard: steal, a diamond, and to know oneself. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. When you incline to have new clothes, look first well over the old ones, and see if you cannot shift with them another year, either by scouring, mending, or even patching if necessary. Remember, a patch on your coat and money in your pocket is better and more creditable than a writ on your back, and no money to take it off. Necessity never made a good bargain. To the generous mind, the heaviest debt is that of gratitude, when it is not in our power to repay it. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. If you know how to spend less than you get, you have the philosopher's stone. Having been poor is no shame. Being ashamed of it is. The art of getting riches consists very much in thrift. All men are not equally qualified for getting money, but it is in the power of everyone alike to practice this virtue. If you would know the value of money, go try to borrow some. For he that goes a-borrowing goes a-sorrowing. Content makes poor men rich. Discontentment makes rich men poor. I am for doing good to the poor, but I think the best way of doing good to the poor is not making them easy in poverty but leading or driving them out of it. I observed that the more public provisions were made for the poor, the less they provided for themselves, and of course, became poorer. And, on the contrary, the less was done for them, the more they did for themselves, and became richer. A penny saved is a penny earned. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. In the affairs of this world, men are saved, not by faith, but by the lack of it. Lost time is never found again. No gains without pains. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason. Women are books, and men the readers. There cannot be good living where there is not good drinking. Speak little, do much. He that lies down with dogs shall rise up with fleas. To all apparent beauties blind, each blemish strikes an envious mind. Clean your finger before you point at my spots. Search others for their virtues, thyself for thy vices. There are 3 faithful friends, an old wife, an old dog, and ready money. He that's content hath enough. He that complains has too much. The world is full of fools and faint hearts, and yet everyone has courage enough to bear the misfortunes and wisdom enough to manage the affairs of his neighbor. Better slip with foot than tongue. He that falls in love with himself will have no rivals. Look before, or you'll find yourself behind. Don't throw stones at your neighbors if your own windows are glass. He that would live in peace and at ease must not speak all he knows or judge all he sees. What you seem to be really. A true friend is the best possession. When you're good to others, you're best to yourself. Pardoning the bad is injuring the good. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? Glass, china, and reputation are easily cracked and never well mended. What more valuable than gold? Diamonds. Than diamonds? Virtue. Haste makes waste. It is better to take many injuries than to give one. Wish not so much to live long as to live well. Whose quotes should I upload next? Comment below.